Bienvenidos and welcome back to Puro Pinche Gol, the place we discuss all things USMNT y la selección mexicana. My name is Adrian. Joining me once again is my co-host and Tocayo, Adrian. Adrian, what's good, bro?
Hey, how's it going, man? Out here from lovely Monterrey. I just realized that Chivas lost against Mazatlan today.
Yeah.
Damn,
I
yeah,
think it was
3-1.
2-0 when I was watching it. 3-1. Nice.
Yeah,
Damn.
I wonder if they're gonna sack
Downward spiral.
Paunovic, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well. Well, if they do, we'll be sure to cover it here on Puro Pinche Gol, so
Yeah.
stay tuned to this.
Mhm.
But because that would be big. No, we're talking about the other side of the border here, USMNT this time around. We're talking about specifically Gio Reyna. A lot of news has dropped here in the last couple of days regarding Gio Reyna. So we thought we'd give it a coverage here. The first part of it being Matt Crocker, the USMNT's higher up, pretty much said that Triple G, Gregg Berhalter, has finally met with Reyna. I cannot recall if that was in person or over the phone or over FaceTime, but they talked, and apparently they're ready to move forward from it. He hadn't really, they had that fallout right back in the World Cup in Qatar, where the whole situation with the Reina as a parent and kind of quote unquote blackmailing him, Berhalter, with information from back when Berhalter was like 18 or whatever. But what Crocker said was that Greg has had conversations with Gio. We're in a place where as soon as Gio is fit, he'd be in the next camp, and there's a way forward. So I guess things are looking like they're ready to put it behind them. Once they get to camp. Obviously, the next camp is in October, and I don't know if he'll be called up for that just because he's kind of coming back barely from an injury. It'd be horrible if he gets injured again at friendlies. But yeah, I mean, what do you think of that? Do you think the novela, the soap opera, is finally over?
I mean, I don't know if it's finally over, but I'm glad they hug it out at least for this time around. I think we've mentioned this before. I think on one of our recent videos, maybe the one before this last friendly round of friendly matches. But we both said that Triple G needs to have put some sense in his mind and just patch up things with Gio Reyna. There's no way that you can continue not calling him up. He's one of the stars of the team. Whenever he's fit, he's constantly or regularly having a good display with Borussia Dortmund. So I think this is the first good step. The fact that the Crocker guy is it's acknowledging that they have talk. It doesn't seem like they have patched things up, but I think there's a level. I would like to believe from these words and the Washington Post link that you shared. I would like to think that they maybe haven't patched things up, but they respect each other, right? And they understand why things transpired the way they did. And I just hope that they come to a mutual understanding of this is the line and this is the expectation. So, you got to perform. If you don't, if you keep on acting like a baby, I'm going to call you out. And that's what it's expected, right? All in all, good, man. I think it's good, right?
No, yeah, dude, I agree with you 100%. I think it's, they don't have to like each other, but, as long as they mutually respect each other and are able to kind of put what happened between them behind them, I think the team will benefit, they'll benefit, and, it'll just be better, for everybody all around in U.S. soccer. So, yeah, let's hope they buried the hatchet there between Triple G and Reyna, man.
Fingers crossed, my dude.
Fingers crossed, bro. Next topic regarding Reina this week, man. One that just came out kind of today, Tuesday, September 26th. There's been rumors that Pioli, the AC Milan manager, has greenlit a acquisition of Reina for January transfer window to AC Milan. We know that Pioli and AC Milan were kind of looking for that number 10 player. So I don't know if necessarily Reina is the best fit, but we'll discuss, obviously. Reina plays as a winger for BVB, for Borussia Dortmund, but he's also played on occasion for them as a number 10 behind the striker. similarly to how he plays with the USMNT. Lately, he's been playing behind the striker for USMNT, like kind of in the number 10 role. I guess the first question I want to ask you, man. Obviously, if he was to play the winger role at AC Milan, he'd have to compete with Pioli, Pulisic, Lau, Rafa Lau, and Chukwueze. And if he plays in the number 10 role, he'd be competing with Rangers and Krunic, and on occasion, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Do you think he starts on this AC Milan team?
Man, that's a really tough question. I want to say yes, but it's not gonna be easy, right? He'll need to show up at every single training session with the best attitude and just showcasing his abilities. I think it will be more difficult for him, in my opinion, right? It will be more difficult and challenging for him to play as a winger, especially when you have Leao on that, on fire, Pulisic and Chukwueze. All of them great players, all of them with pretty much similar uh, characteristics. And I think Leao takes that spot. I feel that he might be a good challenger of the starting position as a number 10. I'm not going to pretend that I know
Yep.
Reinders and Krunic, but I do know Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And while I know that he has a decent start with Milan, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is quite slow, which Gio Reyna isn't. But of course, what Ruben Loftus-Cheek brings to the table is his physicality.
Yeah, I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek is definitely a different type of player to Reina. So I agree with you there. If there is a place where Reina has a better chance of sliding into the starting lineup, it's probably in that number 10 role. Um, an older Krunic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek obviously give potential to him to start there, but I don't think he starts right away, especially. If he's not necessarily at 100% fit. So we'll see. We know Pioli likes to play 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, 3-5-2. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity for him to play in different formations and fit in different roles. So we'll see, man. I mean, can the AC Milan medic team keep him healthy and fit? That's something that Borussia Dortmund struggled with, and we know BVB doesn't have a good reputation of keeping players free from injuries. So it's definitely a roll of the dice as well for Pioli and AC Milan. We know Reyna's obviously someone who's injury prone, so we'll see if he stays fit for them. Anything you want to add for that, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, that will be great if he can stay fit. That's what we hope for him here at PPG. And let's just pick up this team, boy. It's time for you to show up.
I agree with you, man. Let's hope he shows up. Lastly, here, kind of the last big news for Reina this week is that you know applause is for him. He's back from injury after sustaining that injury in the Nations League, that Nations League final against Canada. He has been working his way back from injury. He's been on the bench for the previous two Borussia Dortmund matches. He hasn't seen any time yet, but at least he's on the bench, right? That's a sign that things are improving for him. But I definitely think that he, even if it's not AC Milan, he needs to move. Last year when he was fit, he didn't find himself playing. Starting regularly, right? He was just a bench option, playing 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes here and there. And that's probably going to be the same role he plays here this season, assuming he's able to stay healthy. I just don't see him as a full-on starter with Borussia Dortmund at the moment, at least. So he'll probably, to prevent stagnation in his development and in his career, probably seek a move. But yeah, I mean, he's back from injury for now at least, and we'll see if we see him in the October camp. Um, yeah, you excited to see Reina back?
Hell yeah, dude. I think it's gonna be great to see him back in Bundesliga action. And to your point, he definitely needs a move, especially to a place where they have a medical team. So he gets that injury thing away. But it makes me think if Milan is a good spot. Like I don't have a doubt that he might be the caliber of player that can take a starting role at AC Milan. But maybe he ought to look at a team with less international attention and maybe something smaller, so he can actually get guaranteed time as a starting player, just because he's going to be the star at that small team.
It's probably better for him to be the star rather than be just a small fish among other, or a medium-sized fish amongst other medium-sized and bigger fish.
Yeah.
We know that I wouldn't say he has an ego, but he has that a slight ego and confidence to himself that he probably wants to be the star, right? So well, that could definitely be a good option for him somewhere like Marseille or Nice or Nice, however you say that in French, or something like
Leon.
that, or one of those, a mid-sized table French team or Spanish team or something like that where he can be the baller. But we'll see, man. So Adrian, man, as we wrap up this Gio Reyna coverage, where can our listeners find us, dude?
Yeah, man, they can always find us on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast on. Last but not least, you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Puro Pinche Gol. We post stuff every now and then.
Yep, so be sure to follow us on your preferred social media platform of choice, and definitely let us know in the comments below. What do you think of Gio Reyna in the upcoming months? Do you see him leaving Borussia Dortmund? Would you want him to leave Borussia Dortmund? Do you think he'll be an attractive option for AC Milan and someone that'll fit in at AC Milan? We saw how it was last season with Leeds having 3 American players on one team. That went south quickly. Do you think this can be another kind of similar situation here where, things start going south for AC Milan and, the Americans kind of get reduced game time and just get, shat on. So we'll see. The Ad Man, another good episode with you, brother. I'll see you in the next one.
Take it easy, my friend. Always a pleasure.
Likewise, man. See ya.